Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Capstone Symposium presentation. My name is Maysen Westling, and I am with the program on the environment here at the University of Washington. My presentation is titled, Be a Good Sport, Don't Forget to Sort, Best Practices for Waste Diversion Programs in Sports Stadiums. For my project, I interned with University of Washington Athletics, and I served as a sustainability intern and worked to develop strategies to improve the waste diversion rate at Husky Stadium. So to give you some more background on this issue, waste contributes to greenhouse gas emissions, misuse of natural resources, and pollution that negatively impacts human and environmental health. Stadiums generate a significant amount of waste due to packaging and food waste. Current waste diversion programs are not achieving zero waste goals. Therefore, assessment strategies must be identified for the implementation of waste diversion solutions. This leads me into my research question, which is what are best practices for the assessment and implementation of waste diversion programs in sports stadiums? To answer my question, I interned with UW Athletics, and during this internship, I interviewed 15 Pac-12 athletics and sustainability operations staff over Zoom this summer. So if I can bring your attention to figure 1 below, this is a map depicting the 10 universities from which my internship partner and I interviewed staff. We asked them about barriers to reaching waste diversion goals, solutions they've implemented, and assessment strategies. In addition, I supplemented this with a literature review on waste diversion programs in stadiums. So to bring you to my results, there were 2 key findings I had for my research. First, there is no standardized practice for assessing waste diversion. Current assessment strategies do not use a holistic approach and fail to take into account contamination rates and greenhouse gas emissions, which is referenced in Figure 2. Additionally, waste diversion solutions are not a one-size-fits-all approach. Implementation of solutions depends on factors including infrastructure, local waste services, vendors, and more. This requires unique solutions to maximize waste diversion. So transitioning down to Figure 2, this graphic depicts 3 columns, including barriers, assessment strategies, and waste diversion solutions. So starting with barriers, the most prominent barrier is financial limitations, either a lack of funding or a high upfront cost for sustainable initiatives. Secondly, staffing shortages, either limited staff or rotating staff that aren't trained on current practices. And additionally, existing infrastructure, so dated facilities that can't accommodate newer technology. So moving on to assessment strategies, one strategy is mapping, and this involves locating high traffic waste receptacle areas in order to target those with additional signage or volunteers. Secondly, calculating the greenhouse gas emissions to determine the broader impact or the carbon footprint of the facility, which includes the production, transportation, and processing of waste produced at this facility. And then lastly, moving on to the waste diversion solutions. First of all, visual sorting involves hand sorting waste to identify contaminants and ensure proper disposal. Second, educating fans and staff through interactive games and trivia. And lastly, using waste receptacles as a tool, so locating all 3 types of bins near each other and using restrictive bin openings to encourage proper waste disposal behavior among fans. So why are these results important? Well, the assessment and implementation strategies that I just shared can be shared with other stadiums and improve waste diversion programs. For example, during my internship, I created a summary document of strategies that will be shared within the Pac-12 and hopefully beyond. Second, stadiums are a stage to reach broad audiences and create awareness of waste diversion efforts. If you look down at Figure 3, this is my internship partner and I at the Husky sustainability booth before a football game. We were able to engage with a diverse array of fans and just educate and engage with them about our waste diversion efforts. And this leads into social activities influencing behavior by normalizing waste diversion in a public setting. So by making this more of a social norm, people are more likely to participate outside of a stadium setting. So after looking at my results, I have a few recommendations for next steps. First, I think we should explore reusable alternatives to compostable and recyclable packaging in order to reduce waste at the source. Second, invest in waste diversion technology to save money in the long term, so there's a greater return on investment and a more direct impact to waste diversion rates. And then lastly, establishing a standardized method for measuring waste diversion. As I mentioned before, a key finding is that there's not a standard way to do so. So by establishing that, each stadium has a set way to do so and correctly measure their waste diversion progress. So I would like to thank my site supervisor, Karen Babler, my faculty advisor, Christy Strauss, my internship partner, Riley Ramirez, and my friends and family for all of their support. Thank you for listening.